how do we treat weight-related concerns in children? I'm Zainab, I'm the pharmacist from PillSorted, and I'll review what's the best evidence-based approach, what to expect, and what to look out for. It's really important to know this, that the best evidence-based approach is not about putting the child on a diet. It's actually engaging the whole family as a unit, because the goal that we want to reach is to build this healthy environment around the child so that they can make healthier choices much more easy. Now, weight management in children is quite complex, as we've looked at in the previous video. There are lots of different factors that can affect it. One of them we talked about was actually the child's biology itself. So are there different metabolic conditions that are happening? So looking out for things like hypothyroidism, diabetes, or even asthma that can affect the child's mobility. These can all be factors. The other different things are the environmental factors. They can be sleep deprivation, they can be stress related, it can be different family routines that can cause more of a weight gain. What can we do as a family unit? Most of the time, children are not responsible for feeding themselves. That's another important thing. So they're not the ones who fill in the fridge, and they're not the ones who do the cooking. I wish they did, but anyway. So that's why doing it as a family is more important. I want to talk about the 3 family-based plans that work really well. And I'll talk about movement. The first one is actually creating patterns, especially around eating and snacks. If we let our children eat whatever they want, whenever they want, we're not actually helping them. As I said, we're the ones responsible for feeding the children and usually filling up the house with the different kinds of food. So try to have a meal in the day all together as a family. Children learn a lot from that. So the more engaged you are, no screens around the dinner time, not eating too fast, not eating too slow, having conversations will help the child enjoy their meals and understand how much to eat. This can be different family by family. There's lots of different routines that can be built, but it's really helpful to start from, at least a meal a day. I mean, a funny story that I have is like my son calls himself a desertarian, so he enjoys food, but he's really looking forward to that pudding or a sweet thing after dinner. It's fine as long as we manage the portions. The second one is what I call easy wins. One's about water. You'll be surprised how many times children come up and say, I'm hungry, but they actually thirsty. So make sure that they have access to water all the time. Make it fun for them, being these goofy water bottles or whatever. The other one is about healthy snacks. So fruits and nuts, if you're not allergic to, are really healthy snacks. If I compare, yes, they're sweet, but they're much less sweet than chocolates, and they're not greasy like chips. So they're actually quite healthy. And I know some children are quite fussy or picky. They don't like the apple going brown. But if you help them and encourage them and support them with actually getting friends with fruit and vegetable, they do enjoy the diversity of it, and it'll help them develop that sense of trying different things as they grow up. And the third one is about the sleep and stress support for children. Sleep is so important, especially for these young bodies, because it's the time for them to heal, to recover. A lot of the body metabolism gets regulated with good sleep. It's like recharging their batteries. So trying to help them have a much more calmer routine around sleep really helps. One of them is not having screen time or anything too engaging right before they sleep. Even a long warm hug really helps them calm down and helps them sleep. The other one is around stress. Food is something that all of us should be enjoying, and it helps us feel comfortable. But it's really important to help our children to understand there are lots of different ways to relieve stress, not just eating. Sometimes a kind and supportive conversation helps them with feeling much less stressed. So you're building all of these as a long-term health goal to build their confidence, to help improve their quality of life. Now I want to get on to movement. Again, the rule of 3. The first important thing is make it fun. If it's a play they will keep on moving more than you could even think of. A funny example, if I ask them to pick up a dirty clothes and just dunk it into the dirty clothes bin, it's just too hard, takes too much effort. But if they pick up a ball, dunk it across to the other field while jumping up and down, that's fine because it's play. So make it fun, make it play. That's the first important rule. The second one is you want to aim around 60 minutes of rigorous activity per day. If most of the days they have that amount of running around, that's perfect. And the third one is if they're sitting for a long period of time, so that's what we call sedentary life, and I'll be explaining more about it. Be it for whatever reason, if it's doing homework, if it's scrolling, if it's any long period of sitting, you want to be able to reduce it or give them adequate breaks, because that by itself has health consequences. But you want to do anything that's practical as a family. Again, engaging as a team and as a family is really important. Sometimes it's not easy. So if I say, let's go for a walk, I'll just have some eyes being rolled and saying, Mom! But if you say, let's go check out a new park I've seen or a new museum, that's engaging, that's interesting, and it can involve that 10K of walking as well. These are the things that need thinking, needs open and honest conversations as a family. Let's see what we can do more to get us moving and better understanding of what we're eating. What do you need to look out for? If you see there's any rapid change in the weight, in their mood, in their sleeping, if there's specific aches and pains that they constantly talk about and complain about, those are the things that you want to check out. Or even if you feel that making these consistent changes feels unmanageable, again, reach out to us as healthcare professionals. We'll be able to support you. I hope you find this helpful. We're always here for that clinical-led, safe advice. Thank you.